I do that every time. Thank you, Virgo. Welcome to this week's episode of Whimsy with the Z. Keeping things real here, guys. I could have just re-recorded that. We left the mistake in there. Whimsy with the Z. We're talking with kids. What are they up to? What do they do? Who are they? This should be the third-ish week of the month, so you've already heard 4 other Whimsy Z's. So we're following the same thing. We're just getting to know everybody as an individual. We did get some things last 2 months. What did they do for summer? First days of school. But now I want to know about them individually. And today, back, Pinky. How you doing, Pinky?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. You recorded with Danielle again.
Yes.
What is you're the only one that so far talked with a different Whimsy kid. Do you think you have, what is your, so I'm trying to think. What is your experience? Do you think you have a different, oh man, that's a weird, this is a stupid question. Oh, I should start over. I'm not going to. Do you like speaking with Danielle?
Yes.
Would you have any interest in speaking with the others?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. I don't know why that was so much. It's been a very long record day for me. We'll see what we can do to get you with some of the others. Because I do like the idea of you guys talking with each other.
Yeah.
Because Danielle comes alive when you're on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this episode is all about you.
Yay.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a younger sister. She's my... How detailed do I get? Because now it's getting kind of more complicated with my family situation.
Okay.
So, my biological mother passed away at a young age. Not her, like, well, whatever. She passed. And then my dad had a daughter with someone, and they're no longer together. She's my little sister.
Okay.
We're like 7 years apart. So
like a half sister. Do you see her as a half sister or like a full fledged sister?
I see her as a sister.
Okay.
Just because I was 7 when she was born, so I feel like it's not too far apart. And then now my dad has a girlfriend, and she has 2 kids.
Step kids.
They're her kids.
Yeah.
And then so like they've been like my step siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And her son is 17. He's a senior in high school, and her daughter is 11, and I have no idea what grade she's in because I don't remember all of those grades.
Right. Is he going to school with you?
No.
Okay.
He goes far away.
Perfect. Do you like having siblings?
I do. I just met her son yesterday. He's cool though. Or not yesterday. Saturday? He's cool though. And her daughter too. We all get along well from the times that we've hung out. And, I've been with my sister her whole life.
Mm-hmm. Are you close with your sister?
Not as close as I would be, just because, she lives a couple cities away.
Okay.
Like a city away. So I only see her like every other weekend. So
You think you guys will be closer when she gets older?
probably, yeah, I think so. I know she likes spending time with me and she likes talking to me. We just don't talk about it often because we don't have things to talk about with the age gap.
Right. But you get a little bit older, you can start relating to.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any pets?
I do. Please hold.
Yes. You asked Danielle this question. You lost your mind. You were so happy with her answer.
Yes, because I have 2 cats.
Okay.
I love cats. They make me so happy. And have a big 90-pound dog.
Okay.
And I have a snake. Yeah.
All right. Are there any animals that you're wishing to add to your
More cats and more snakes.
more cats, more snakes? What kind of snake?
I have a ball python.
How big is he?
Like two of my four. How long is that? Like two of those. Two of my forearm lengths.
4-footish. Okay.
Like
3.5.
3 feet. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ish. It's a big ish.
I haven't had snakes in a long time. What do you feed the snake?
Mice. Like small mice or like rat fuzzy. So they're not quite just born. But they're not like quite fuzzy.
Okay.
They're just soft.
Why snakes?
Because they're a lot nicer than people think. Well, I mean, of course, it depends on the type and where you encounter it.
Right.
But ball pythons are generally really nice, and this one likes being held, so like it'll come to me. So that's nice. It's like a lap cat, pretty much.
Do you think it's what weirds people out about snakes is that how fast they move with no legs? Is it the no leg thing?
I think it's that, and then also, I think a lot of people don't know which snakes are venomous.
We just assume all of them are.
Yeah, because there's so many of them, and even just like the different patterns.
Yeah.
Between different species, like if the patterns look the same, people are gonna think they're the same ones.
Yeah.
So,
Is there pets that you've had before? Are you typically a cat person, but have you had other dogs and cats in the past?
yeah, and I had a mouse for a little bit there too, like as a pet, for like 1.5 years, which is long for a mouse. They usually don't live long at all. What else? I think that's it. A couple different dogs. One of my cats, we just recently had to put her down. Month and some ago. She's really old. She lived out a good life.
Is there a pet that you consider your favorite?
Out of the ones that I have?
Had. Never had. It's a childhood one.
Yeah, probably the one that we had to put down. She's my mom's cat.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's my mom's cat. So it's like, oh.
All right. Question get a little clunky here for a minute.
Yeah.
What is your favorite type of food?
Category and then specifics?
Sure.
Can I say one that I haven't had?
Sure.
I like German food. It looks amazing. It's a lot of potatoes, and I love potatoes.
Okay. You've never,
I have, like,
but not on the reg. Look at that, I'm hip. I use the word the reg.
yeah, that's
Do they say that at all? Oh,
never.
oh man. I should ask you guys next month
Like slang.
to drop whatever slang you would normally, use.
We're gonna be like, what?
Well, because
Every,
then
like 10 seconds.
it would be interesting, what's fire? Bet. Sorry. All right, moving on.
Oh, yeah.
Cuisines, yes.
Probably Mexican food.
Okay.
My grandma makes it really good. Love all of her food. It's so good.
What do you like? The more taco burrito, more red sauce, like
Barbacoa. Barbacoa is my favorite.
Okay.
There's this one store down yonder, and they have some of the best barbacoa. It's so good. I had a bowl of it alone.
what kind of meat is it?
I don't even know. I just eat it and it's good, and it falls apart in your mouth and it's so good.
So it's not a beef. I don't think it's a beef. I think it's of a red meat variety, and not a chicken. Okay.
It is not. No.
Okay.
Oh my god! All his stuff just sent to me because I don't have your Wi-Fi.
Well, do you need my Wi-Fi?
I don't know. For chance. I don't know if he just texted me or if it just something. My bad. Sorry. He was just bleeding.
Favorite dessert?
Like overall?
Yeah.
Or like
You can only eat this one dessert for the rest of your life.
macarons?
Okay.
I'll learn how to make them so bad. I can't.
It's the fluffiness.
The flat
Ooh,
with
okay.
the filling, not the coconut ones. Those are different.
Okay. Right, but they're the ones that have like the soft top.
The little.
Yep.
Yeah.
Favorite drink?
The whipped strawberry rock stars.
I'm not.
So good.
I don't drink rock stars anymore.
I almost said the ration. Actually, not okay. Oh my days. Okay.
I used to drink Rockstar. Are you Rockstar over Monster?
Yep.
Is there a reason?
Rockstar has, sorry, Monster, like the flavor, like the original. I feel like you can taste the original in all of them.
Yes, you can.
And I don't care for the original flavor
Okay.
as much as I do for the Rockstar.
That is funny because absolutely.
And it's like a weird apple juice. Like it's like an off apple juice is what the original Monster tastes like to me. I don't like.
All right. Just curious because I'm a monster. So this will be the last time we hear from Pinky.
Dang.
That's good. Books, television, and movie. Do you like to read?
Yes.
What do you like to read?
Fantasy books. I've been stuck on one series for a while. Not like stuck on it, but it's taken me a while to get through, and I've been going back to it more consistently.
Who is it?
Who's it by?
Yeah.
2ET Sutherland.
And what's the name of the series?
The Wings of Fire. It's about dragons.
Dragons. Yeah.
You like meow. You didn't even roar. You meow.
That's a robber.
That was.
I think you mentioned there's like 17 books in the series. Like
Yeah.
you're killing it. You're just
There's
going
like
through.
something through it. Yeah, it's a lot of them. I know there's at least 15. There might be more now. I think. What am I on? This is a great question. We shall investigate.
And it's the same story,
Yeah, it's all the same.
so they can fit 17 different stories into this one universe. Is it follow the same character the whole time?
Mostly for the first, I want to say like 8-ish. It follows definitely the first 5. It follows the same,
Mhm.
and then other ones you meet along the way, they start to go into them. Like each of them has their own book.
Okay.
So like the first one is about the mud type dragon, and then the next one's about the water one, and then the rainforest one, and then the sand one, and then the night one, and then whatever characters you meet along the way, like their siblings, you go on to them because they have more plot, and then eventually it hits a point where they meet a character that's thousands of years old, and then they jump back to his storyline.
Okay.
And then some of their ancestors that are the main 6, and then now it's back to the main 6's point in time, but like they're now on the other continent,
Okay.
which they didn't even know was for sure real or not. So I'm on book 12 of and I listen to them like I used to read the actual books. I have almost all of the books. But then it's just easier to if I want to paint at the same time, it's easier to.
Absolutely. Who reads it?
It's read by Shannon McManus. I don't know where this is from.
You agree that an audiobook, the person reading it will make or break the book?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You watch Game of Thrones?
Mm-mm. No.
I think you would enjoy it. Same thing, dragons, and it's all about the group of family, and then they all split off.
Yeah.
And then, do you have any plans to go back and watch Game of Thrones?
Like I've heard good things about it. I just never found time to watch it.
Once you start, you'll get hooked. Like I blew through the first. I was 6 seasons behind.
Ooh.
And then I powered through them in like 2.5 weeks. I got in trouble because I used to take a little laptop to work and I would play it. And people were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just watching Game of Thrones." It was a good show though. I appreciated it. TVs and movies. You watch TV.
I watch more YouTube videos now.
Okay. Who do you watch?
Stephanie Sue. She does podcasts, but she does like the recording of them and she publishes them to YouTube or posts them to YouTube. and she does like true crime stuff.
Yeah.
Usually in like the Eastern continents,
Mhm.
like Asia, and some over here, but like more consistently Asia and like over there, because they have some wild stuff happening over there that we have no idea about just because it's not in our media.
Which is interesting because I watch a bunch of it, and I get to a point now where I'm hearing the same stories from like the fourth person. I'm like, but
Okay, but who else is there? Like, sure, Ted Bundy was a person.
right,
He did some bad stuff.
do some obscure stuff from somewhere else. I like it. Movies,
horror, scary, romance.
favorite franchise.
Not Lighthouse. What's that one?
Sorry.
One with a house in it somewhere.
Oh, Blumhouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have good movies.
Yes. Oh, yeah, those are
good ones.
Hold on, let's see. Stitcher. Black Phone.
Yeah, Black Phone's a good one.
Sinister is the one I was thinking of, and
or like even just like Netflix scary movies. Some of them are pretty good.
There is. Do you do any other genre like a Korean horror?
I've tried. I can't do when the words don't match the subtitles, or like because you asked this, or I asked this to Danielle, and it was a sub or dub, and I always have the captions on, regardless of what language it's in.
Agree.
Because it's easier for me to follow, and I feel like I won't do other things if I'm trying to watch the show. I won't go off and do something else if I have them on, and it's harder for me to miss stuff if I watch or read subtitles.
Okay.
So especially then too. So if the words don't match, like if
the
they're
translation
saying
doesn't match
something on the screen and you can tell it doesn't match up with how their mouth is moving, and then also the captions are different, I could never. I tried. I really have. I've tried a couple different times, and I just can't get past it.
It's fair. It's a lot of people's hang up.
Like the Bird Box, not the Bird Box. What's the Bird Box?
Bird Box with Sandra Bullock.
No, the Brazilian one, the second one that came.
Yes, it did have the second one.
It was in a different language.
Yes,
it was so hard to watch.
Barcelona, I think.
Yeah. Right. It was okay. I like the first one better.
Music. You seem like a very musicy person.
Yeah, I went to a music academy as a kid, so like you had to do something musical. And
a favorite artist?
I don't even know, because I'm the type of person, like if I like a song, I'll add it to one playlist, and then I'll listen to a playlist. Actually, probably The Neighborhood. Cigarettes After Sex. Who else? Who else? Everyone asked me this question, and I like love it and hate it at the same time because I feel like it's such a basic answer to just say.
Well, I think it's a very common answer now that people are like, I just added to the playlist. But I'm like, you hear the one or two songs that you like. Okay.
Yeah, I like Radiohead.
But it's like, do you like all of their music, or is it just those two songs?
Just a couple songs, yeah. Some Kendrick Lamar songs, some songs from The Killers, some from Pierce the Veil. Oh, Rex Orange County. I like a decent one of those ones.
Anything in the classical sense, since you went to your music school?
No.
Like straight, like no.
It's okay.
It's not,
just I don't. Really. It's okay. Like I know in certain settings it fits better, but like every day, there's some like piano songs that I really like, and one of them's on my playlist. And every time it comes up, I'm like, if someone else is in the car, I'll skip it. But if no one else is, I'll listen to it because I'm like, I don't want to seem uncool for my music taste.
Country?
No.
Classical over country.
Yes. I don't do country. Okay, if there's one song that I like, then I'll have it on my playlist.
Right.
They all sound the same.
Okay.
I don't know why. It just rubs me wrong. I don't like it.
Clearly. All right. Note to self, no country talk. What song, you're alone in the car, playlist is going, what song do you turn up to 11? and just start just singing like crazy with it.
Oh. Hold. You're having me pull up 50 million things today.
Yeah.
I have a couple.
Okay.
Probably King for a Day, Match in the Water. Somebody Told Me by the Killers. It just scratches somewhere in my brain, and I'm like, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have a speaker in the back of my trunk, and it's just good. It's just good. It's so good every time. Muscle Museum by Muse. That's a good one. What else? And a lot of the Spanish songs that I have in my list is that I only know half the words to.
Okay.
I love those ones. They just sound so nice.
You just like the is it the combination of the language and then like the melodies of it?
Yeah. It's because then in translation it sounds wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a bad way, it doesn't quite fit
Right.
how the music is going. Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
How do you like to spend your time, your free time?
With Mark.
Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like my friends. I really like hanging out with my friends. I'm trying to get back into doing some of my other hobbies. To give him a break of being with me 24/7. Just so we have our own things to do. So like I did 2 different drawings today. I made him a painting. Like,
what kind of paint?
I prefer acrylic. I've done a couple watercolor stuff, and I want to try gouache, which is like a mix between the two.
Mm-hmm.
For like the longest, I've been using acrylic.
Turn on the playlist. Paint. What do you like to paint?
I don't even know. Like, because in the beginning, I don't remember what I would paint. And then it moved on to like painting on things, like my nightstand and stuff. Okay. And then I just suddenly stopped because I don't know, I just did. Like it's just one of those things that kind of just dropped. And then now I'm getting back into it and I have no idea what to paint. And I was like, oh, I know he wants to rearrange his room. Right. And I know he wants to do generally purple. So I was like, oh, we'll do like purple field flowers.
Okay. All right. You like the scenery versus like people portrait, or
no, I can't do people because the skin tones got me messed up. Like it's so hard to find the right undertones and not make it look all gray. So I guess like landscapes and that stuff is easier in a way that's still enjoyable, not like too easy.
What other hobbies do you have?
Painting, drawing. I really like driving. I don't know if that counts as a hobby, but like if gas wasn't a thing, you could just drive. I'd drive all the time. I love driving.
Just nowhere?
Just to drive. Like I would all the time just to drive.
Do you ever just like have a bad day and just get in the car and just pick a direction and go?
I would love to do that, but I can't because I have to drive to school every day.
Yeah.
And gas is expensive for someone with no job. So, oh no, I do have a job, but
you do have a job.
I do have a job, but that job won't be paying me for who knows how long. So.
Right. What's your favorite thing to do to unwind from a hectic day?
Hang out with Mark.
Hang out with Mark.
Or just like put on one of the good horror movies that I've seen before. Just relax.
If you could visit any place in the world, where would you want to go?
Just by myself.
By yourself.
And money's not a thing, it's just you go.
Where do you just go?
Probably to the Cat Island in Japan.
Okay.
It's like, I think it's close to 1,000 cats there. God, I want to go there so bad.
And just hang out with all the cats?
Yeah.
There is an island.
I think there's a fox one too. Just foxes.
There's an island off of Greece that is overrun by goats.
The same thing with like
100 to 1. Like they're at a place where they're like crazy too many goats. It sounds amazing.
there is also like a little island somewhere, like I think it's somewhere in Africa, where there's just like a little, excuse me, island of lions, and they evolved to be like massive. Like they're just beefy lions because they have to hunt the water buffalo. Because the way that the river is shaped around the section of land where they were over time, like they can't get off.
Like evolution
without
is saying
thinking.
you need to get bigger to take down bigger.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, that's cool. I just learned about that today. It's like another version of cat.
The big cat island.
So cute.
What's your dream vacation look like?
Honestly, I'd want to take like Mark and one of our friends just like across the world. Like I think that'd be really fun to do. Like just go traveling, like hit the main places like Greece, Spain, Italy.
So are you flying? So
yeah, I'm okay with flying. Mark isn't, and I don't know about our other friend.
So fly land, hang out.
Yeah, like stay there for a couple days, and however long until we hit all the places that we want to go there.
All right. Just globetrot.
Just go everywhere. I feel like if there was one set place I'd want to go.
Where do you spend a month in your trip?
Dang, that's hard.
Because you're seeing everything, but you're like, this one place, I'm gonna stay a little bit longer.
I want to take Mark to the beach so bad. He hasn't been to an actual beach, so I want to go somewhere with a beach or Japan because like there's so much there.
What part of Japan do you like? Do you like north, like Tokyo?
The whole island. You said I have to stay somewhere. Japan is somewhere.
Yeah, but in Japan, like you like
probably
the
Tokyo.
Tokyo stuff, or like the countryside, like old time.
I think I'd want to see both. I'd probably want to see like the newer stuff first, or maybe actually no. I probably want to do that last, just to get all the fun.
Okay.
Actually, wait, no. Yeah, no. I probably want to do that last.
I had visions once of taking a rando trip where I'd start north and all like the newer techie stuff, and then just train all the way down the coast and get into like Nagasaki, old timey like rice paddies, just green everywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy because everything's so brown here.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something I also shouldn't say. I know it's about people.
Globetrotting sounds amazing. My sister globetrots. She's currently in London.
I wish.
Yeah. Hi, Rhiannon. She'll never hear this. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I can wake up if I need to, but I prefer to stay up late.
How late is like an average? You have nothing to do tomorrow. How late are you on average staying awake?
Anywhere between 11 and like 1 to 2. Even sometimes during school, like sometimes it'll just be hard for me to go to sleep. So I'll just do that.
What is your dream job?
I want to be an esthetician. So I want to be waxing some bits.
So that the first
waxing some stashes, and doing all the facial skincare stuff.
Now you're passionate about it. Like we've talked about it twice now, and you're just like, this is it.
Okay.
So where does it come from?
I actually did a whole project on this, like an essay thing on this in English. And I have not finished it because I have to do a whole slideshow with it and then record it and basically do what we're doing now. I want to do it. I have the whole everything right now. So my mom, she was in school to be a cosmetologist, to do hair specifically. And so I was really set on doing that from a young age to, get to do, she didn't get the chance to. And I was so set on that for so long. I think even like as late as 6th-ish grade, which is like when COVID happened for me. And then I was like, I was like I like doing the process of styling the hair. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm okay with the coloring it. Obviously, I color my hair all the time. But I don't actually like rushing through it. And that's a big premise of the entire thing. And I was like, I really wouldn't like to do that. So I went to tattooing and piercings because, you know, it's still something to do, like, appearance-wise to someone. And that was when I was, like, drawing consistently. And I find them fascinating. Like, I have my tongue pierced, I have my ears gauged, I have my nose pierced. And I want to get a bunch more, and I want to get a bunch of tattoos. Like, hopefully I'll get my first one soon. But then I was like, and then I stopped drawing and I became way less confident in my drawing skills. So I just was like, I don't want to put something permanently on someone that I don't like. And the piercing part I was going to be okay with. And I was like, they don't make nearly as much money as if you're doing both. So, and I was like, well, I was trying to find, you know, a happy medium of something that's permanent and not. So like, what if I did like esthetician work? Like, I know they make good money, especially depending on where you are. Even like where we are, they make decent money. And I was like, oh, this kind of leads back to what Mom was doing, you know, in the aesthetics category.
It's like mom adjacent.
Mom adjacent, yeah, which was really nice. It's like that happy medium of permanent while not being permanent, you know. So yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, cool.
And then if all else fails and I don't want to do that, I don't want to be a labor and whoa, I'm talking wow, I'm like on something right now. I want to be a labor and delivery nurse because they also make big bucks. I'd be seeing some bits either way.
You mentioned it last month, right? You guys asking me questions. And I should take the time, like I write out these questions, but I never answered them for myself. Because I don't know what my dream job would be.
Do you? Never mind.
I'm gonna think of my dream job. It's gonna be interesting. Do you have any skills that you're proud of?
I feel like I'm good with animals and with people. Like, I don't like going up to people on my own, but if I need to talk to them, I feel like I can. I used to get in trouble for talking to my friends a lot in school, in elementary school. So, yeah, I like talking to people. Not like public speech. I can't do that.
Meet and greet, getting to know people, but not in front of 100 people.
Yeah, I guess. But like, even then, it's kind of hard because I don't know what's too much to share on the first day. I'm the type of person. I'm like, tell me, you know, whatever. I literally don't care.
Right.
Ben, tell me, when was the last time you pooped your pants?
Right.
Tell me. Like, well, I don't know when it's too far. I'm the person that's okay to talk about that stuff right away.
Right.
As long as I don't dislike you.
I'm Pinky. I want to be an esthetician. Lady bits.
Literally. I don't care.
And then you're like, where they going?
Like with certain people, yeah, I'll care. Like if I know they're important or I know they're authority figures, then I'll be like less likely to, you know, go there. I'll just stay more quiet. But you know, I don't care. I'll go there.
Are there any subjects, current events, or causes that you're passionate about? This one is kind of rough. This one is getting mixed feelings so
like,
far with everybody.
I'd say yes, there is, but I don't know how to I don't know how to word it without it sounding like weird. It's basically the same thing as Danielle. Like I wish there was more rights for everyone, everywhere.
More acceptance of everybody.
Yes.
Let everybody be who they want to be.
Yes, because I'm the type of person like I don't care how you perceive me. Like if you see me as a dude, I'll be a dude. Sure. If you see me as a chick, cool. Let's go. Like I don't care. Whatever. I just want people to be nice to each other because people are people. You know, they're like. I had to do another writing assignment, and it was like, I don't remember what the prompt was, but it was like, oh, your manifesto. Mine was like, let's pull up. These are some wise words from a 16-year-old. Oh Lord, please hold. I don't even have it. Never mind.
Okay.
It was just like people are like rocks, you know, like they all take time to form. They all take time, you know, to just be. They're all existing on, you know, a floating rock going through space. You know, like we're all just here. It doesn't really matter. We're just people. They're just rocks.
Do you think it's getting better from what you perceived maybe years ago? Like for whatever your
You need to-
vision of
you
like
need
the 80s and 90s were, do you think it's better than it was?
I think you need to get specific because I think some things yes and some things no.
Fair.
So I think it's and then even then it's like situational, like
Yeah.
like women's rights. Yeah, they can vote. Yeah, they can own land, but I mean, in a lot of places they can't get an abortion if they need one.
Right.
You know, like things like that. Like yes, they have certain things, and then also they don't. And then like same thing with the LGBTQ stuff. Like yeah, they got the right to marry each other, but now they might not be able to, and they might have to get divorced. Like there's
So we're seeing some improvement, but not enough for where we claim to be. Where we should be.
Yes. With all the people, and we see how big these groups of people are.
Mhm.
I feel like there should be more recognition within those groups.
Okay.
Is that? I feel like that
No, that's good.
answers the question.
It does. I have theories, but I don't think this is necessarily the platform.
We'll probably have some other time.
I definitely think it will get better.
I hope so.
And I think there are, I think the big step from the 80s, 90s to now is just the awareness of it, and people being like understanding what all these people are about.
And there not being so much denial
Yeah.
that it's a thing at all.
Right. So, yes, interesting. We'll keep an eye on this for that topic because I think it's valid, and I agree. We should be nicer to people, and everybody should be included. What experience has significantly shaped your life who you are today?
I'd probably say just the general like loss that I've had throughout up until now. Whether that be like family or pets or friends, you know. I think that's changed the way that I think.
More than most, you think?
Yeah. It's definitely like, you know how some people have object permanence, like they have a hard time, like they'll put something in a basket and then if they put it, you know, like on the shelf
Mhm.
where they can't see in the basket, they'll forget what stuff's in there
Mhm.
and then they'll just go on thinking that they don't have it. I've sort of developed a thing where it's like I have that with people. It's really hard, especially with Mark, because, and then I have a really hard time with tone, like over text. Like even like we just talked about this. I thought you were pissed at me because the way that I read it, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't care." And
like it was funny because like there's no reason for me to have been pissed, but like it's one of those things where you read it and you're like, well, I'm just going to like somehow for whatever reason you took it that way.
Yeah, I have a really hard time with tone too, so that also leads to some things like even with my friends, like, oh, yeah, not fun. But yeah, I think having the loss led to the people, like people permanence. Like I don't know how to word that, but like object permanence for people.
Mhm.
Like I have a hard time knowing if people still feel the way about me,
Mhm.
the way that they say they do,
Right.
unless they keep saying it.
Right. So you need that confirmation, like constant validation.
Yeah.
Who's been the most influential person in your life? Role models.
I don't even know. Like I could say a couple different people for like different things, but
Give me one.
there's not like one overall one. That's like like I think certain people have left certain impacts on me for certain things, and it's like I have a high emotion permanence. Like I remember how people treated me and the way that I felt when they did. That's what I remember.
Will you hold a grudge?
Yeah, I will.
Like hard.
I still have one. I mean, to be fair, I was kind of assaulted, but
Right.
we still hold that one there.
But like, I'm at school.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like, I tease you or.
No, not that far. It's like I was friends with someone.
Oh, and I did you dirty.
She was a gross person. Yeah, and I don't like her. And I'll give her dirty looks all the time.
From now until the end of time.
Yeah, she's a senior this year, so she'll be gone next year. So
If you have a grudge with somebody or you have a falling out with somebody, can it be repaired or are they dead you since the wrong that they did you?
that's really hard because even like when I was younger, I had a falling out with one of my friends. And one of our mutual friends, like, she was like, yeah, I think I want to talk to her again. Because we both had a falling out with her. She was also a dookie person. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, let her know that I said hi. Like, I don't mind talking to her again. She was just not a good friend back then. Yeah, it's been like 5 or 6 years now. So, but like with what the other person did, that's going to take a second.
Yeah. Do you have any fears that you've overcome or are trying to overcome?
You want to talk about fear that I have for stuff?
Yeah.
I'm scared of the dark.
Scared of the dark.
I'm going to be so honest, yeah. And then watching the movie Lights Out didn't help.
I think what's interesting is a lot of people are scared of the dark.
It's so scary. What's in it? You don't know what's in it. And I'm going to work in a haunted house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your job is part-time. You're going to be working in a haunted house, a big one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are you going to be doing in this haunted house?
I'm going to be like cult. I'm going to be in like the cult section of it, like the sacrificial section at the end of it.
So you're one of the groupies like screaming and like.
I don't know yet. We haven't, like, last Thursday was the first meet that I went to. There was one before then. But yesterday was the casting. So, you know, the people that were into different groups picked who they wanted. Tomorrow, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go back to, you know, practice. And then roles might change. But for now, yeah, I'm in the cult offering section. So I could be someone that's doing the offering. I could be the one being sacrificed.
Would be sick.
I could be the one that they're sacrificing them to.
Okay.
Or I could be like the person leading you into the sacrifice, like pulling you into the cult.
Okay.
So.
All right. What other fears do you have?
Bugs. I don't like bugs. They're scary.
Can you overcome either one of those?
Probably the bug one. But they're just gross. They're just icky. Or deep waters that I can't see into. Like, I love the ocean.
What if you swam far enough down?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I did when I was younger, back in like 2016 or 2018, something like that. I did. I went super far out, like halfway, give or take, some of the Monica Pier in the ocean, as like a 10-year-old, a 9 or 10-year-old. So, like I'm okay with it. Then I was okay with it. But then, like, now, like, swimming in Lake Mead is terrifying for me, especially knowing that there's been dead bodies found in there.
So a lot of it is situations in which there is an unknown.
Yeah, it's a lot of the unknown stuff. I don't like.
Lights are on. Your house sitting all by yourself.
No, that's still scary.
Okay, so
Well, okay, whose house is it? Also, are there animals in the house?
No animals. This is
One single story.
single story.
How long is the house? Like, is it a long, spread out, open floor plan, or like, is it open?
I'm going to Chicago. I need someone to watch my house for the weekend.
Your house?
Right here.
No. Like here, okay. Here's fine.
Okay.
That is not okay. What's behind you is not okay.
Oh, the hallway into the dark
The
bedroom.
hallway into the dark bedrooms.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Because there's unknowns over there.
I've never been over there, so yeah. I've not once been over there.
Okay. All right. Scared of the unknown. Could you be an astronaut and go to space? There's a bunch of unknown out there.
If I knew for a fact that I wouldn't die going there or coming back, then yeah. As much if it was like to the moon, then
Yeah.
sure.
Because there's nothing up there to hide behind.
Yeah.
All right.
There's nothing. Or there's no nothing.
Right. What are you insecure about, if you're comfortable saying?
I think sometimes my personality, like I worry that I talk too much or that I talk about the wrong things or that the way that I talk is funny, especially now because I have a tongue ring and I talk funny. And then also like the way that I look physically, like I'm getting better at it. Like I'm becoming more okay with it.
What is it about the physical? Because 3 of you so far have mentioned physical: arms, legs, foreheads.
See, I get made fun of for my forehead all the time. I'm like, we
all have foreheads. I've never seen like a weird looking forehead.
It's just because they're big. Some people have foreheads that go back to here.
I don't know.
They're freaking massive. Mine's not that big.
Like I wish I could tell you, like 4 years from now, no one gives a shit about a forehead.
Well, I literally don't. It's like,
yeah.
I don't care, whatever. But like, I don't know. There's everyone now. It seems like everyone now is so skinny without having to try. Like they're just naturally they can eat. They have a high metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I have a really slow one. So I'm like, I guess, please.
Are you aware of that when you go out to eat?
I used to. I tried to be. Like I'd get usually the cheapest thing on the menu is like the smallest.
Right.
And so I'd always try and get the cheapest thing on the menu. Like when I would go out with Mark and his mom, they'd be like, you can't order the cheapest thing on the menu or the second cheapest or the third cheapest. Like you have to get something you actually want. So that like stopped me from doing that.
Okay. So
I just became kind of less conscious of it. Because I know he doesn't care.
Right.
Like, he doesn't care how I look. It's literally just me. Like
yeah. Well, all of us I think
worrying too much. Like it's definitely gotten better from when it was.
Do you think it gets better as you get older?
Not necessarily.
Were you equally self-conscious physical appearance wise than you were 3 years ago as a freshman?
Okay, I dressed funny back then, so yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I dressed funny back then, and I was heavier back then too. Well, okay, I was shorter, so I was like, if we account for the height and weight, I'd be like about the same. It's just the way that it sits on me. If it would sit a little differently, like if the weight was distributed a little bit differently,
okay,
then I'd be more okay with it.
Okay.
That's it. Like, I don't care about the number. It's just the way that it's distributed on my just the way that it's distributed on my body. I feel like it's funny.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I guess that would explain why arms, legs, like they look like normal arms, but for whatever reason they think they're shaped slightly different. And we'll end with a happy question. What is your favorite childhood memory that makes you smile?
I mean, I have a couple of my mom. Those ones make me happy. Because for a long time, I can only remember like one of her. And then as the years have gone by, I've been able to remember more of them, which is nice. Like one time we went to the circus, me and my dad and my mom and my cousin. We all went to the Ringling Brothers Circus before it closed. And we saw the elephants, and all that. We got the little kitty, the tiger ones that the mouse put back, and you got the snow cones. Yeah. You got the little tiger one and the little elephant mug, ones that you get your snow cone in. My mom just looked really happy in that one, so did my dad.
Is it more the remembering of mom or remembering the family unit as a whole?
I think both. Just because I don't have very many of her, and then also my dad was there, so it was really nice, getting to see the both of them. Yeah, I think it was a good combination. And then getting to see my cousin. I haven't seen her in years, like, because my aunt, she got into some stuff, and she had to be put somewhere else, and I think it's next year that she can reach out if she wants to like my aunt. She's so much better now. So glad. And she can reach out if she wants, and same thing with like her other daughter, my younger one. Not my younger cousin.
Yeah.
She can reach out in a couple years. I think she's like a year or two younger than me. So yeah, hopefully, I miss hanging out with her. I remember hanging out with her a lot. I just haven't seen her in forever. She went to my school and I didn't even remember.
Oh, wow.
So,
before we go, do you have any questions for me, or any question on here you would like me to answer?
oh, let me see the list again.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm like, all right.
Okay.
Because Mark asked me a random question at the end.
Oh, what do you ask?
Am I happy? Like, which always makes it's an interesting question when people ask me. Does it suggest that I give off a I'm not happy vibe? And then I'm like, so where does the question come from? Because like, do I look? But I'm not sad dad right now. I've been pretty good the last couple of weeks.
We'll do the subjects, current events, and causes.
Um,
I'm interested what you.
Human trafficking.
I highly recommend you watch the lady that I was talking about on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many cases on there that are happening in South Korea, North Korea, Asia, that are also happening over here.
It is.
And no one's looking into the other ones that are happening over there when trying to look into things that are happening over here when they should be.
Yeah, it is. I had a very good friend who circumstances ended up in some variation of it, and ended up passing away through very aggressive circumstances. But yeah, I think anything in the abuse of women, human trafficking, very passionate about the education of it, the prevention of it. I do donate to a couple of different places to help with it. Because it's, and like the education aspect of it is when we're too quick to call the lady a hooker or a prostitute, when statistically
she's being forced into it.
Right.
Yeah. And
then it's taking it one step further to say it's not her fault. She shouldn't be prosecuted as such. That she's the victim also. So she needs to be protected, and then like, so there's those aspects of it.
And then also comes into play of the rape portion of it,
and
how that's to be handled, and how now with the abortion laws, how that's to be handled, and all this stuff. And is the guy to be charged for rape because he didn't know, or is he going to be charged for helping or like involvement in human trafficking? Like, there's so many statistics.
If you are finding the girl, you're distributing the girl, whatever, fuck them all. Like, whatever, like, yeah, that's, like, I was already pretty passionate about it years ago. I read a fascinating book. I don't remember the name of it. I keep wanting to look for it. It's like, it's a disgusting mess. And then when my friend, she was involved in some stuff, it just kind of like, it's one of those things where you're aware of it, but then when it happens to someone you care about, then it's like a completely like legit.
I know that happened.
It's
like
crazy.
something like that happened to my friends in middle school. I was like, oh, and you wouldn't even know.
Right.
You wouldn't even know.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm big on. I have an interview coming up, and so that's the one I'm super passionate about, is just the trafficking of. But then on the same side of it is just women empowerment. Like, I'm becoming more into, because I got a daughter, so
yeah,
like, it's like I've always been, pretty like empowering of women. Like, I'm fine with it, but now I want to go one step further and try to do my part to help out where I can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a good one. Today was a good one.
I'm trying to think of which question was I worried about. I'm not going to tell you.
Wait, with me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Wait. No.
Which question was I worried?
Did I answer it wrong?
No, that you were going to ask me.
Oh, which one?
I'm not going to tell you.
Wait, no, tell me. I won't ask it. Not more recording.
To be fair, there's only like maybe 3 weird ones that I might have gotten into. But I thank you for hanging out, and we will see you next month. Overall, I think it's super good. You heard a couple of these already. You think getting to know them? Do you see them getting more comfortable 3 months in?
Yeah. I think some of these questions are kind of hard to answer though, so it's like some of the answers were kind of dry.
Well, and I think what's interesting too is, and we'll hear it in March, is part of it is like I like a good thought exercise. Like I like to think from a different perspective as an exercise. So like with Mark, he had one where he was totally against watching other magicians, for example, and it was just like, but watch them from the perspective of the appreciation of the skill and the art form that it is. And then, kind of, so that's where some of the questions get a little bit weird, is just one, so I can kind of gauge where you guys are as teenagers. And then in conversationally, if we can get you to think beyond that question or in a different way, it's kind of interesting to me.
You know what you should do? You should take me on your normal podcast
Yeah.
and ask me other questions, like questions that you feel like maybe shouldn't be asked on this one. I want to do that.
Okay, so you want to do a Pinky Unplugged?
Yes.
Okay, I can do that.
Let's do it.
Next week or so. That would be interesting.
That'd be good.
All right, deal. You guys can look forward to that. That will be on Chasing the Whimsy, the regular podcast on Mondays. You guys have a great evening. We'll see you guys next month, and have a good night. Whimsy.